Okay, so stuck in a bit of traffic here after dropping the kids to school, and I've been laughing away to myself for a number of reasons. First and foremost, I'm in fucking great humour for a whole host of different reasons that I'm not going to get into. But I was after dropping the kids off and I was walking out of the school, and this little black girl came round the corner and she kind of looked up at me and smiled, and I was like, I just kind of smiled back. It was just nice when a little kid kind of smiles at you. It's nice, like. I smiled back because I was in good humour. I think she probably smiled at me because I had a big beam and smile for a whole other reason. But anyway, the reason that I mentioned that she was black was because she reminded me of something. She reminded me of a story a friend of mine told me only recently. So his daughter goes to gymnastics every Saturday morning, and she's in the same class as my daughter. So my wife, she usually brings the kid to gymnastics, and every 5 or 6 weeks I'll bring the kid. So I'm relatively familiar with the whole picking your kid up after gymnastics thing, because they don't, like, when it's from 1 to 2, and at 2 o'clock the kids can go home, but like the 4, 5 and 6 year old girls can't just wander out the door and down the street, like, you know. There's a protocol, there's a whole thing whereby 1 or 2 of the gymnastics instructors stand at the door and they ensure that, you know, kids only leave when their mum or dad or whoever is there to collect them. Standard kind of operating procedure, I'm sure. So I'm familiar with that. Like, I rock up and I won't be recognised by the girls because my visiting is too infrequent. But my wife has been bringing her pretty much every Saturday, with the odd exception, for years. So it would be typical for my wife to walk up at the end of gymnastics class and for one of the girls to go, "Oh, Kiva, there's your mum," and my daughter runs towards her mother, and Robert's your father's brother, off she goes home, and that's grand. And that would be fairly typical. Anybody who's there relatively regularly for years will get the same treatment. They wouldn't know me because I'm too infrequent, so I have to go, Kiva, or even Kiva's old enough, she'll go, "Oh, there's my dad," and that's good enough for them. She runs off, I walk off the kid, that's grand. Well, my mate was telling me a story. He was standing outside waiting for his kid. She wasn't quite ready or whatever. And one of the gymnastics instructors was standing at the door, kind of looking around to see if she could pair a kid with a parent. Because presumably, the quicker the kids leave, the quicker she can go fucking home. And there's a little black girl in the gymnastics class. And a black man walked towards the door. And she did that whole lifting her chin thing when you make eye contact with someone, you're looking at someone and you go like that. I was like, yeah, you get their attention. And she goes, "Is your kid, Jay?" She didn't say this out loud, but she motioned, "This is your kid, Jay?" And he just looked at her and went, "No." And to put that into perspective or into context for anybody who's not familiar with Ireland, Ireland is like, I don't know, 99% white, 90+% white. I don't know the fucking exact stats, but it's predominantly white. So you'd be perfectly forgiven for assuming that a black kid in your class, a black man coming towards this place, and like, it's not on a busy street. The only people in this situation are parents collecting kids. So you could be forgiven for thinking the black man was the black kid's dad, right? Now, maybe the gymnastics coach, maybe she's so used to going, "This your kid, no, this your kid, no, this your kid, no," that she just didn't even notice. But I fucking doubt it. I'd say she was fucking mortified, absolutely mortified, as I fucking know I would be. And it's weird because it's so, I don't know if it's assumptive or presumptive or fucking both. And I think, at least, it's the mistake that everyone would make. You know, it's just pattern recognition. That's all it is. Like, now, there are people who will say, like, "Oh my God, she's such a racist." But, like, fuck off. The poor girl, if she's anything like me, and I would argue most people, she was just cringing out of her mind, praying that she'd be fucking struck by lightning, or, you know, that she just keeled over and died, because anything would be better than getting the no reaction that she got from your man. But I was just running that story over in my head, and I thought I'd share it with you. If you're enjoying these videos, I fucking hate more of them. So tuck in, and on that note, I'll chat to you soon.